Alright, it is finally time to catch up on a lot of things in this game. One of them being the story. I have so many things to catch up on. The world level, artifacts, building your characters, the story. So, okay, let's get out of this fancy mode. I'm gonna start with Inversion Genesis, the next Archon quest after the Sumeru one, which I have done by the way, but I decided I'm gonna start recording with this one. Because why not? And then I have the Caribert, I think that's how you say it, next, which we all know has Kaya. So, in order to catch up and see my boy, I'm gonna be doing the Scara I quest. By the way, speaking of world quests, I actually, I upgraded that recently because I had so much XP waiting, like a lot. And now I went from AR 50 to 57, so that says a lot. Look, I log in every day for the free primal gems. Okay, also I'm just warning, I did accidentally start this quest. Like I walked into the area, does a thing where it forces you to go into the story quest. Yeah, that happened. So I know that two people will I don't know, I think those scholars were talking about, what was it? It was a while ago and I triggered it. Something about a book. I think. But anyway, it says here what we need to do next anyway here. So in order to look for more information about your sibling, you and Paimon decide to visit Nahida in the sanctuary of Sarasthana. I don't know how to say that. Once more. Along the way, you hear people discussing something. And that's, yeah, there you go. They were discussing something, I think about what happened recently and something about a book. But yeah, sorry, you won't see the beginning of that part a little bit. I don't think you missed much anyway, and you've probably already seen this.
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
Well, about that traveler. Looking for me? If you're looking for the traveler, that's me. Why can't they just call me Lumine, okay? I guess there's a whole alias going... Was it the alias thing they go by? But still...
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
If you don't believe me, I'll go.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma.
Oh, wow.
This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Man, I haven't heard, this kind of voice in Genshin so far. Also, yes, Paimon is indeed a very mysterious companion. Which is, she's probably evil. Okay. To be honest, I believe that Paimon's not evil. She just generally forgot her importance of her background. But I don't think that necessarily makes her evil, the unknown god in the beginning.
Oh, Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Bro, I don't even know how to say that name. Tatarasuna. Okay, maybe I do. But no, I don't know anything about it.
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
I see.
Sorry I can't help this time.
My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But who'd have thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
I don't know, I kind of want to hear what the other guy was about to say.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive or a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it. and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows.
I accidentally skipped. I'm sorry. I'm a skipper.
Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kind of fishy to Paimon.
Gotta agree with Paimon in this one. Is this the first time they said murder in this game? Don't they try to avoid those words?
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow, did I get lucky!
Oh gosh, he's enthusiastic.
Stop shouting!
Yeah.
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out.
I mean, Paimon's the one to talk.
It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the Government Records Office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Could it be?
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in this story now?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art.
Like Kazuha Kaidahara?
Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
I'm surprised they like connecting like Inazuma with Sumeru. Archon Quest.
The Kaidahara clan?
We know someone from there because we know everyone.
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
There's more?
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most.
This guy.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human, but a puppet.
Oh. Well, I see where this is going. ...
A puppet?
The Shogun puppet that the Electro Arca made should be ruling Inazuma with her as we speak. It couldn't be her. Come on, you literally just fought with this guy, Lumine. The Kabuki Mono has to be the balladeer, but what was he doing 400 years ago in the Tatarasuna? It's not even that hard to say, gosh damn it!
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
Glare at Paimon and hope she keeps her mouth shut?
No! Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
Good save, Paimon. Geez, that glare from the Traveler.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Spooky. Oh gosh, I have to read all of this? Okay, maybe, I'm pretty sure you all guys know this already. Or if not, I'll just scroll through it and you guys can pause and read if you need to. Oh, jeez, I can't believe they made you read all that. That is so long. I read it properly in the beginning, and then it got really long, so I started skipping towards the end. So I'll try my best to understand.
Oh, and please read my essay draft as well.
Oh, no thank you. Oh my god! Okay, again, I'm just skimmed through it. Not really taking much in, because that's way too much. But if you guys are interested, I'll just kind of quickly skim down. Alright, same as before, just pause if you want to read.
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Oh my word.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Red W from Paimon. Yeah, it sounds more like a novel. Has this guy ever even written an essay before?
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
I'll leave you to it.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay!
Yeah, like main character stuff.
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
I feel like the journey we're about to go on, we're not gonna be allowed to share to anyone.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh?
Yep.
After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in...
Excuse me? What's wrong?
Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like...
Huh? He's just allowed to walk around?
the balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Oh my word. Okay, is he in our minds again? Because no way Nahida just allows him to stroll around unless he has a new memory. Skirmish is just like, but I really need to go pee. And she's like, well, I can't let you out. And he's like, but I really need to go. She's like, fine. And then just as all the kids do in class, they don't go to the bathroom, but bunk. Oh, this place is so pretty. You know, this reminds me, I should probably... Wait, so this... Yeah, I should probably take this little guy off. Nahida! What's up? Oh, and Scaramouche? What? Scaramouche, Scaramouche, can you do the fandango?
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public.
Paimon, you can see he's right there.
Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain.
Yes, please do.
It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me.
Can you trust him?
A deal? You sure you trust this guy?
Yeah.
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about.
Not really, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna trust you either.
But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Because not all just thinking of murder on our minds like you, Scaramouche.
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
I mean, I think the Traveler is a little different than most people expect, but I don't think they want to go kill you either.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
I mean, were you in the Sumeru Icon Quest, Scaramouche? I think everyone disrespected Nahida. The poor girl, she was amazing. But, you know, everyone was kind of a douche.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the Balladeer.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time. The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position.
Oh?
Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second. Former? You mean, he's not a Harbinger anymore?
I mean, he failed pretty miserably.
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
She's called him a loser. So, he tossed you out like trash.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui. And also between each of the Harbingers.
Yeah, they have a weird relationship going in the Harbingers group.
So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be.
Really? What a crying shame.
Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Well, just we need a little bit more convincing, man. You tried to kill us like 3 times.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time.
Yeah, like we don't have to all agree with each other immediately. We just need time proving things to each other.
Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you serious about this? Yes.
Come on, you should know Nahida by now, Paimon.
I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
For me?
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that?
Are we gonna actually learn more about a sibling?
Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect.
I mean, if he can, then you should, since you're actually a god, not a close to a god, right? I mean, I guess you already did that, and we had that very sad cutscene. But why can't you do that again?
The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly.
Oh, okay. What if he lies to you? Or if he just doesn't tell the whole truth?
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him! I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all.
To be reunited with my sibling. Or to create a harem. Which is like, it seems to be what actually the Traveler has been doing recently.
Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you.
Aww. Man, that was deep.
If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
Thank you, Nihida.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it. Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help? I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned.
Wait, actually we came here because we saw the Balladeer, so I mean, was that not part of the plan? Or was he just actually roaming around?
Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside.
Aw, so you're not gonna come in at all? You're just gonna be outside where we can't see you? Alright, got it. I'm glad to be able to help.
Great, thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Ooh. Wait, right now? Oh, right now. Oh, okay. Does she just bonk ahead against mine and we just go in it?
Wow.
What?
It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors
Yeah.
are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Oh yeah, it's much... I mean, the other one looked pretty cool, if you wanted like dramaticness, but this is really pretty. Oh my gosh, I didn't think... I wish you could like come here if you're not on a story quest, because we're never gonna see this again probably. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, it's so pretty. Man, this is like a painting I want on my wall. I need like get like Genshin pictures and then put up on my wall. Because like any view from this game is amazing. Oh, I thought he was a hilly trail for a second.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Jeez, I mean, if anything, you're just egging us on to not trust you. We didn't even say anything. You're just like, oh, this? Yeah, you don't trust me. Oh, this? Oh, yeah, because of this. This happened, yeah. I'm just gonna keep provoking you and saying things before you even said it. I kind of enjoy that you don't like me. Nihida sent me to babysit you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Oh wow, this is so helping us trust you.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous.
Well, at least he's still kind of like himself a bit. It wouldn't make sense if he was just completely changed. He wouldn't be our Scaramouche then. And also, hi Nahida.
I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru.
You think they would add like some reverbal kind of effect to make it seem like she's speaking from somewhere else?
Unlike anywhere else,
Oh, it's so pretty.
Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Understood.
Fine, let's call it truce, but only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are going to be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
Did you just call my eyes pretty? Stop trying to flatter me now, it's too late.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going.
Yeah, let's get on with it.
Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
No.
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
There's no need for all the biting sarcasm. Focus on doing your job. That's what I'm talking about, Lumine. Exactly.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
It's so weird, this tree, like the contrast between like something natural and then something artificial.
Is this a small sapling?
Because like the tree is like natural, right? But then the whole like program, initiating, coding, entering the code of this thing is so like very technical, like technology and stuff like that. It's such a weird mix that Genshin does. It's kind of cool though.
Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
Let's go!
Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul.
It's different than what I imagined.
Ooh. Paimon's never
Ooh.
seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
So wait, that tree thing is not just Irminsul. This is Irminsul in Irminsul? Like, was this the Tatarasuna, whatever it's called? Which is, I'm still confused what that is.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
What do you mean? Look at this place. It's so cool. It's not like we're gonna ever see it again, okay? Unlike you, once we see a location, it's just gone. Because it's a story quest exclusive. You wouldn't understand.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Also, it's not Lesser Lord anymore. Get it right, okay? It's just, was it Lord Kusanali? Because no one remembers the other one.
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Yeah, we know.
Hey, so say we did go running off in here. What would happen? What are smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
Okay. Just antagonize me a bit, provoke me, I mean, and then tell me that you're gonna protect me. Very weird. Pick your personality. Okay.
These sapling things have spread out.
Ooh.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
Oh. Oops. That's exactly what I did. But that's so cool. Oh, this place is so pretty. Even though it's such a simple design, it just works so well. Did I touch it?
It looks the same in every direction.
Oh, I thought we were not supposed to touch it.
No
Wait.
wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth.
Yeah, I would believe him.
Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little?
Okay, well, at least he knows how to lie.
We're here.
What a huge tree!
This is the center of Irminsul. All the information in the world is flowing through it.
Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
Ready when you are.
I'm ready.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
Oh.
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
Oh my word. Paimon, you don't have to. It's not necessary for you to point out everything the story is trying to passively tell. It's nice when not everything is explained to you like a child's book. He hasn't put up any resistance and he seems good at working on the front line. Maybe he had similar role in the Fatui? First, Aquaba and Sawada's stories, now this. What a strange individual.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Oh, do we get to see like what he's seeing? Or we just stand there awkwardly?
For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
That's true.
Traveler,
Sumeru's kind of
Paimon,
been like that.
would you like to talk?
Nahida? Is this a telepathic conversation?
Yes. I've also invited Paimon to join.
We're on a voice call, y'all. Let's go.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
I'm guessing that you don't want us to disturb the Balladeer.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
I guess so. That's odd timing, but I guess we have nothing better to do.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great!
Wow, she doesn't have to. She can now speak without moving her lips. Oh, how lucky we are.
So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
Yes, and he seems to excel at doing odd jobs for others. Kind of like us.
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers.
So he's also like looking at his own information through Irminsul. Is it about the past, the betrayals, and other events in Inazuma?
Well done. Smart and attentive as always.
Well, I mean, I think that's a given. Actually, I caught a glimpse of a few things when I ran into Hypatia at Paradise Dea. Dei? Oh,
So,
yeah. I forgot about
you
that.
made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today. Huh.
And abandonment.
But nothing could get under that guy's skin. get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, have you seen this small guy? He's got a lot of anger for someone his size.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon. Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that? If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that. Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
You tell Nihida about the story Akaba and Sawada were writing.
Oh, how interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
Oh, wow.
So the Gesse got it right?
The Gesse.
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Ooh.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
Bro, this guy's salty. We just didn't want to disturb you, man. We'll try and be respectful.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation.
We have every right to keep certain things confidential.
Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
As well as we just don't know things ourselves. We're trying to figure out before just spreading information.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Well, there was some on us. Oh, our twin.
Wait, how did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
Didn't Nahida say the Fatuis know about the Descenders?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you.
Every conversation with you is hard work, but your attitude is better than I thought.
Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself, and making cordial conversation is something I can manage.
Well, you're being sarcastic every second you get. Well, not sarcastic, but very biting.
Huh? Wait.
Oh?
This light. It looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Anonymous data.
Oh.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Oh my god, Paimon, just give him a moment, okay? He's trying.
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
Oh, I know who this voice actor is. I saw him announce who he is voice acting, and I think he appears in this quest.
It's
your friend! Well, I think it is. I am kind of like still trying to grasp Scaramouche's story. That name, Neo was the main in charge at Tatarasuna. Plus, he belongs to the lineage of Ishin art.
Whoa!
Oh?
I have been in
we seeing it?
Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else.
Wait, so they actually have an NPC model for him? Oh, I wish it was an NPC, to be honest. Come on. I'd rather see this in art form.
Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. People are gainfully employed. Their lives have purpose. They are motivated.
I guess he doesn't look too bad in NPC form, I guess.
As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade.
Yes,
Oh
well,
shoot, I
were
skipped
it
it
not
again.
for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale.
Sorry for skipping, it was an accident.
You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma, and it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
Ooh.
My good sir, what do you mean?
I don't know, I mean, I don't even know you that well, and you already sound suspicious when you talk.
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected, because I didn't want to speculate, and I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way.
Well, the slightly jarring, like slightly tilted angle is making me feel not dizzy, but when I see that and then my computer screen, it looks so jarring.
What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do.
Ooh.
None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
Oh, you've been caught. But yeah, I feel like he's one step ahead. Oh!
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Oh, so he's from Fontaine. Well, makes sense with his new techniques and machinery and stuff. So I think Fontaine's kind of very advanced, right?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Also, did this happen 400 years ago? Is it still in that timeline?
Enough, Escher.
Oh, things are going down.
I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem.
Oh my god, wait, is this connected to that quest we did like long ago in Inazuma? I remember something about the furnace. Oh, I don't know what it's called. But, oh my god, that's actually, I think, Oh, I think I'm slightly putting this together now. It's been a while.
I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death.
Oh.
But what about you? What are you still doing here?
No, don't die.
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
What gave it away other than the eyes?
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatarasuna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
It's got a knife.
A
What?
moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
Oh my... What?
You...
Oh, oops. I think it was done. Oh my word, no way!
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for.
Like, I knew he was gonna betray him, but I don't think Genshin would go as far as, like, stabbing.
I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all.
Oh.
And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Oh my
Did you
word.
really think you would be able to see through my plan?
What? This guy... Oh my word, is this guy the doctor?
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Oh my word. Okay, this is not 400 years ago then, right? Because unless the doctor's that old, I don't know. More, don't corrupt poor Scaramouche. He's got a good friend right here.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this? Why go to all this trouble?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment.
Oh my word.
If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
In other words, I'm gonna kill you, so it doesn't matter what you know. Oh my word. So he could just disguise himself easily as well? Jeez, what can't this doctor do?
The Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
Honestly, this makes sense why he smiles so much.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Oh no.
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet.
Wait, what? Did he actually take his heart afterwards and give it to Scaramouche?
Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
No! Oh my word. This is crazy.
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
Exactly, Niwa. Tell him. My god, no! Ah. I was hoping that he would miraculously survive.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself.
My word, this guy, the doctor's actually crazy.
Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat.
My word.
I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa? Already dead. What a pity.
Gosh. Actually nuts.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was.
Oh my word. Man, when we saw the scene in the trailer, I did not think it was Niwa's dead body lying on the floor next to him.
I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Whew, that's a lot to take in. Oh no. That must suck so much. Oh, poor Scaramouche. Imagine seeing that after all this time. That's actually so sad.
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore? Dottore! Good. Good.
Oh jeez, oh no.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine?
I'm afraid so. He was the one behind the Tatarasuna incident.
But why did we see things from his perspective?
Because it's his memory, I guess?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so. But it means nothing.
Ah, it's Scaramouche, I don't believe you. We know it does.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace.
He's just in denial. It's easier to believe the lie for him.
You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Uh-oh. That must be really hard to learn. This betrayal was a lie that he has believed for hundreds of years. Was this part of the doctor's experiment? Exactly what I'm saying. I mean, for so long he's believed this. Oh, it so has been 100 years. Jeez, the doctor's old. That is a good question. I wonder if it is the doctor's experiment. If the betrayal never happened, it existed only in his imagination. But where does this leave him?
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
Yeah, okay, let's go over there.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Yes, that he needs to actually allow himself to have emotions.
I'm confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up? Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday.
I mean, I can understand it. I don't think I've had that level of betrayal. It's called having empathy.
So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabukimono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as the mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future.
Oh my word. Look, the doctor's voice actor is amazing, his design is amazing, but man, I hate him so much. Like, don't get me wrong, it's like you love to hate him because he's so well written. But, oh, he is not redeemable. Experimenting on children, twisting with people because of a simple experiment, actually sick.
Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject.
Ah, I hate how smart and cool the doctor is because he's such a terrible person. Ah, but at least we actually have a nice villain to hate, like love-hate. And not like, oh, Scaramouche, he's like bad, but he's more just an edgy boy, he's redeemable.
After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?" The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants.
Oh my word. Is he talking about his heart? Oh my word. It's actually Niwa's heart? That is sick.
The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it has protected him from the filth.
So wait, his heart protected him of the filth. Does that mean like Niwa's heart was so good in that sense? Like, man, if Niwa went in there, would he have just protected himself? Like, maybe I'm missing something, but you know, it's a lot to take in. As I'm sure Scaramouche is feeling right now.
He thought...
Ooh. Oh my word, jeez. Wait, he threw it to the ground, so he didn't even take it and put it himself? Okay, but either way... Okay, it's not like... okay, I thought he had it in him this entire time, but that's still one heck of a story. Jeez. And that line? Oh my word. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Ah. Really sums up the complexity of life in one go.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Being betrayed and abandoned by a close friend is sure to cause great resentment. Now we know what was behind his decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden 100 years ago. Whew, indeed. But it doesn't mean that vengeance was the right decision. That's also true.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Ah, that's a very smart way of saying that,
Dottore, you
Nahida.
brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Aw. I don't think I should... I shouldn't interfere. Oh. A while later, okay. I was about to say, I don't want to interrupt his emotion.
How he's doing?
He's processing his emotions. I didn't want to interrupt.
Hey, you alright?
You good? His face. Here comes the denial remark. In 3, 2, 1.
That's a scary expression.
Never mind, Paimon spoke. I mean now.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend.
We just want to make sure this doesn't affect the plan.
It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
I guess we're not the only... He's not the only one in denial. Come on, Lumine, you care that he is not doing fine.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
As always, we help out but never get the information we need, but everyone else goes home happy. No, I'm kidding. It was a long shot anyway.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tevat.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that does confirm one thing.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Not unexpected, but still. Thank you.
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Oh, okay. You didn't want to start with this? Okay, to be fair, we're on weird terms.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
Wait, what? Okay, I expected the first half, but I don't know what this part? He only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning?
The heavens responded?
Okay, Lumine knows, and I don't know what's going on.
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time.
The Jester. Another Fatui Harbinger. Why?
I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
I would say so.
Very valuable.
Oh, he's smiling, okay. I don't know if that's a devious or just generally happy smile.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Oh no.
Huh? What have you done?
There's always something up his sleeve, isn't there? But I don't think he has any malicious intent, to be honest.
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
Oh? What do you want to know?
Give me your hand.
I mean, if you insist, okay. Okay, is this gonna make him look through our memories? Duh.
Can you hear my voice inside your head?
Oh my word, I can. Are you trying to brainwash me?
No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past.
Why do you think I would know? Wait, why would he ask that? No, you can't save your friend Scaramouche, it's too late.
Done.
Oh no, he read by expression, didn't he?
Huh? What the? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Nothing. I was just thanking her for helping me.
Oh, so convincing. Wait, that look. Did he see me hesitate? But that was because I know about Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Uh-oh. I think...
So long.
Ah!
I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Was I supposed to be interrupted? I didn't get to read that and I did not skip it. And I feel like that was very important. Okay, what I got from that, I guess, was that he thinks that she can change the past, when my hesitation was really about, well, the means hesitation was really about, well, you can erase the past, which somewhat changes the future, but you can't exactly change anything that has happened.
Where are you going? Hey, wait!
Only what was
Didn't you say
recorded.
not to go running off?
Balladeer, stop!
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again.
Oh no.
From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
Okay, what's your name?
Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Oh no, okay, look. I know this is not a way to freaking redeem yourself.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
I
You
don't
know,
think you can change
I
the
never
past.
did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are.
Jeez.
But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Is he talking about his friends in the past? And the people got harmed by the machine?
Balladeer!
Furnace?
Balladeer!
Oh
Uh-oh,
no.
he disappeared! Come on, we gotta find him somehow!
I don't know how. I guess we'll have to try something with the... We're not from this world. Maybe we could just use powers that are exception to us. I don't know.
Oh no, he's really gone! Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Nahida! Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
Well, the Balladeer is gone. As in, well, Scaramouche. He doesn't want to be called Balladeer.
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
You tell Nita everything that happened.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left.
Well, maybe he's willing to give that power left. Maybe he's willing to sacrifice himself. Who knows? You only can't expect things if you don't know how far someone's willing to go.
Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The latter.
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Nahida. Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
Got it. Oh no! Oh no!
We're out! And we're at, an inn or something?
This is very familiar, like the... Was it Samamara thing? You know, when the days repeated itself? I forgot what it's called.
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you.
You think we're gonna sit by? No, I want to help you. Isn't there anything I can do?
I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
I guess sometimes the best thing to do is just not get in someone's way who can do something.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nahida, Will you be okay? Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Well, I guess that's comforting to know.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
Because he wants to know if he can change the past. Paimon doesn't remember Great Lord Rukkhadevata, and the Balladeer's question was a strange one. It's hard to explain in full, and the truth might be very distressing for Paimon. I'll skip the part about Great Lord Rukkhadevata for now, and focus on the Balladeer. You tell Paimon the Balladeer asked you, and what he might have
He
been
wants to
doing.
change the past?
Something like that.
But surely that's impossible!
It's not easy, that's for sure.
Right! You can't just rewrite history. All that stuff happened already in real life. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it.
Yeah, great example.
So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Paimon's so confused.
Maybe he wants to erase himself from history. Oh, yeah. That can change history. Oh. Okay, then maybe we did give the answer away.
Huh?
Oh, jeez. Calm down, Paimon. Paimon, are you okay?
Sorry. Paimon accidentally... It's the Balladeer's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress.
Well, I feel like that's kind of like important. They don't ever show that then.
But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul?
I'm just guessing here. Not necessarily, but maybe. Yeah, we know.
Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working. Ugh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
That's what I was thinking. I mean, like, how's that gonna affect everything now if he's erased? Unless he's only had a bad effect in people's lives, but even so, that ripple effect on everything, you know? But I think it's not like you can completely erase what he's done. You just erase the memory of him. So maybe it'll change the present of what you do next in the future, but it won't change what happened in the past. Indeed, if the Balladeer does erase himself from Irminsul, many people in Inazuma will be affected. I can't imagine what situation would look like. I mean, that situation would look like. I mean, Rukkhadevata did it, and she was a big factor in life, and things seem to be fine, so I can't imagine Scaramouche being even worse. Worst case scenario, it will affect everyone with the connection to the Raiden Gokuden. Kazuha, Ayaka, Ayoto... What will this mean? Wait, will this mean that they'll disappear? No, I don't think you can time travel like that. But no, we can't let those three disappear, if that is possible. But I don't think it works like that.
There's
It's
nothing
memories.
we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight.
Me neither.
So, how about, we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, if that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here.
Actually, I'm pretty hungry. Not bad idea, Paimon.
Alright, Paimon will start. First dish.
Oh my word. She's actually doing it.
Munstack grilled fish. Oh, and chicken mushroom skewers. Tea break pancakes.
Oh my
cream
word.
stew,
Stop!
sauteed matsutake.
It sounds so good. We need a recipe book from Genshin. Like,
And Drayon chili chicken. Almond tofu. Satisfying salad.
very yummy. Now stop naming them. I'm getting
Also,
jealous.
Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed and
Jeez,
burning
why-
soup and
Why is everything getting dizzy? Oh no. Is a memory being wiped?
um.
Paimon, what's wrong? She forgot him, didn't she?
What do we... What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now? Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about. What was it again?
Okay, this confirms that Paimon is from this world at least. You were getting so worried about the situation with the balladeer that you started listing foods.
The balladeer?
Yeah, she forgot him.
Is that a food too? Huh. Weird name though.
Oh jeez, this is trippy. When the music in the background is so eerie, like, with the situation. Ugh. Oh god, I'm in this look. This expression Lamine gives. They could do that so much better. Oh my word, is she alone in remembering this again? Poor Lamine. Paimon doesn't remember the balladeer? That must mean he actually pulled it off. But how did he have that ability? This doesn't make sense.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers.
Sauces?
Was it something Paimon said?
Oh my god, Paimon. No, it's nothing.
So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something.
If this really is happening, I need to know what else has changed. Paimon, come with me.
Okay, sure. Where are we going?
I want to go back to Inazuma. Ooh, we're going back. Boom. Cutscene until be continued. Next episode, let's go.
Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
Now's not the time to explain. It's get over there first. My word! Ah! Wow, this is much more dramatic than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know why. Yeah, the good old inn. I remember, we've been in it a little too much, haven't we? I think it's the same one at least, right? Wait. Yeah, it is, right? Because this way, yeah, down there we met with Dunuzod every single time it loops again. We're literally the only ones that could stop him, because we're the only ones that remember. Even Kusanali doesn't remember.
We've made it to Amanoma Smithy.
The way she said that, I don't know why. It was such a... It sounded like a catchphrase.
Ah, it's been a while.
Pardon me, I'd like to ask a question, if I may.
Of course. Go ahead.
About the Raiden Gokuden, could you tell me more? Can you tell me that story one more time?
No. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju.
5 branches.
The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun.
Oh.
Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaede Harakazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5.
Oh, okay. Oh, so Kazuha is back in Inazuma?
If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
You mean the one in the story quest? The one that talked?
Oh yeah, we were. Paimon remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then too. It seems like such a shame.
What was the reason behind their decline?
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokunin, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale.
Wasn't it the way that Kazuha's father handled the clan or something?
The Raiden Gokunin were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan.
Okay, so Niwa was the guy.
Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out.
That's not the true story, is it? There's so many different stories.
The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery.
Oh, jeez.
Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokunin. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to.
Oh, jeez.
His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokunin.
Yeah, that's pretty hectic.
But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life.
Oh, that is Ayaka, Yato, and Kazuha's clan, right?
That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
The legend of the Raiden Gokunin has changed. Someone else attacked the swordsmith. Oh, okay, so it's not because it's just different, it's just different because of what Scaramouche did, right? It looked like the Battledeer did something in the Irminsul, but it seems Niwa still died.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuha recently?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea.
Oh?
He seemed well.
We're gonna speak to him this quest? Phew. So he still exists, and he's the same Kazuha I know. Things don't seem as bad as I feared last night. That's all. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right?
Yep.
Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon.
I mean, I hid there's a
On to the
god that
next
existed
stop.
from you.
Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
At least she's being supportive. Thank you, Paimon. So it's changed, like the way Niwa died has changed.
We're here. This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while.
That's a guy from the event. Hello.
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
Thank you. We'll take you up on that offer. Can we take a walk in the courtyard?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
This guy here reminds me of someone, his voice. Can't think of it.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks!
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say?
Ma'am, can I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you.
Of course she has.
What would you like to know?
How are the Commissioner and the Miss Kamisato these days?
Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the Commissioner's behalf. As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
So pretty much business as usual on the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Ayota is still the Yashiro Commissioner. Ayaka is still the lady of the house. No changes here. I mean, there. As far as I can see, nothing's changed in the Yashiro Commission either. I was expecting as much, but it's still a big relief to know that Kamisato's siblings are both safe and well.
Well, got any more questions?
That's all for now. Many thanks. How come? Why would it only be Inazuma that's changed? I mean, I think with Scaramouche, she's been everywhere around the world.
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you.
Of course she is.
I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero to us all.
Yeah, no problem. Third Nation I saved. Kidding. I'm flattered.
I mean it.
Yeah, I know
Whenever
you do.
the Commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away.
No offense, Furuta. I'm a little busy trying to save the world here. I can't listen to you reminisce about things.
The Commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home. But given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here. They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. Oh, the commissioner is so fond of home comforts. They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know. Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends around whom one can truly be themselves.
Sounds like she's singing it, but I'm not gonna lie. Also, why is she telling me all this? I know I'm loved. I'm the main character.
Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together and they start talking about people they've met and experiences they've had, you always get a mention.
Was it? I can definitely tell this voice actor is definitely not an old person, but putting it on.
It's been many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in that time.
That scared me for a second. I was thinking of like Ayaka and Ayato that they're talking about, but they mean their parents.
As someone who is old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much.
I'm very surprised we gained the Kamisato like stuff in this quest when, you know, Scaramouche just literally went into Urban Cell and is changing the past. Not the time, I would say.
So,
unless she's going to mention some important
if you
information.
Ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters. There will always be at least one old lady who would be delighted to have the pleasure of your company.
Look, Genshin Impact. I'm happy that you want the character to be loved and be invited to things, but don't waste my time them telling me this when you don't actually allow us to see the event characters more. I'm not gonna see Kamisato, Ayaka, and Ayato until the next event or story quest. Okay, so don't invite me if you don't mean it. That's my little rant over. Thank you very much. I will visit again. Thank you. The people of the Kamisato clan are very dear friends to me.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here being really
Oh my
great.
word. Paimon.
Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime. Paimon meant we should come pay a visit again real soon. Ideally around
my
dinner
word.
time.
Of course. You're always welcome.
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next?
To Tara Suna.
Great! Goodbye, ma'am! Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
All right then. Take care now. Hope to see you soon.
As I said, she's
Oh,
singing.
Are you two leaving already?
Yep.
Everything's taken
drinks.
care of now. Don't worry.
See me and Paimon on the same wavelength.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, not what I expected.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Oh wow, it's Xavier. I can't remember if it was a world quest or if he was in the Archon quest, but I remember he was the guy with who made us do things in that very infected area.
Xavier? What are you doing here?
Xavier? Xavier? Is it not Xavier? Or Xavier?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
Oh, okay.
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Do you know much about the Tatara Suna?
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
Oh yeah, he's the guy who's trying to get the I can't remember, the Tenro Commission or something like that to listen to his like, worries about the furnace? How well do you understand the history of this area?
Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
Go on, I'm listening.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation, goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Are they talking about the doctor? Mechanic, huh? Looks like the doctor still sabotaged the furnace, leading to all the ensuing chaos.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on, ask already.
I am.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Sure, you can say that. Pretty much. So can I ask one more question?
Sure, go ahead.
Have you ever heard of the Kabuki Mono connected to Tatarasuna?
A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatarasuna is concerned.
So has that changed as well? So there's no more Kabuki Mono. Did the balladeer really manage to erase himself from history completely? If so, he must have wanted to change the world and revert everything back the way it was. But so far, it looks like the majority of changes have only affected himself. Thank you, Xavier. Or Xavier, whatever they want to say.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Wow. Can't believe we met him again.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for.
I can't believe I remembered him again. Time to go back and see Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you.
Wait, I swear it's just Lord Kusanali now since they don't remember, Rukudavata. So why they still say Lesser Lord Kusanali? I thought they changed those voice lines.
Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile.
Huh?
No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
Alright. I have not heard that saying before. Thank you, Paimon.
Hey, don't mention it. Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Hey, it's them!
Oh, it's them again. Aquaba. I need to hear him say that name again.
Akaba,
Akaba. There you
you're
go.
still here?
Akaba and Sawada. Got it. Are you still talking about the essay?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
Well, I guess it's good to know what they changed.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
Oh yeah, I forgot. If you erase yourself from history like they did with Rukudavata, does the text change in the world as well?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Perfect. These two have researched Tatarasuna's past. Let's hear what they have to say.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
The article that you let me read last time was great. Can I read it again?
Of course.
Oh gosh, I don't want to read this again. Oh, there's the yellow is what changed.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well.
No, okay. How long? Okay. So wait, how's that different? Is that just more information on how it went down? The content has changed. Another effect of tampering with information in Irminsul. The balladeer said he erased 2 of his names. If he really succeeded, it must have taken all of his might. But still.
Well, what do you think?
A masterpiece.
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
Oh yeah, sure.
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
I guess it's kind to give them the information.
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Yeah, no problem. Paimon was actually very considerate.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Amanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true.
I thought, wait, that's the information we weren't supposed to give. Isn't that just between Kazuo and that guy? That old man who was nice to tell us?
Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
Yeah, sadly the truth is always less exciting.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Yep. We've got some things to take care of. Bye for now.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
Yeah, no problem.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Alright, so everything includes his 2 names. Balladeer and what was the other one again? Is now different. It changed history. Yeah, it's changed history and what's connected to those names, right?
Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided she wanted to go to Inazuma.
I was investigating the situation with the balladeer. I don't think she's gonna know that.
The balladeer? It sounds like some kind of code name.
Yep, she does not know. Oh no.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Even if Nahida doesn't remember, just like last time, any changes to Irminsul affect her as well. The balladeer acted quickly. He finished erasing himself before Nahida could stop him. I'm the only one who still remembers the things that were erased. Once again, I am the record keeper. Oh, is that something about like Zhongli said to us in the story quest?
Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
There are things that have happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. The heavy heart you pieced back together, the story that was broken and scattered across time. Oh, okay, they actually having to click continue. I was trying to read that quickly. There once was one named the Balladeer, created by the Electro Archon. He was a puppet who lived among men. After a series of events in Tatarasuna, the Balladeer, thinking he had been thrice betrayed, left Inazuma to roam the world beyond. With no trust for humans and only loathing for the gods, He bore his grudge for years as he grew in strength, then returned to Inazuma to take his revenge. He tried in vain to become a deity with a gnosis and ended up losing everything. Yep, to us and Nahida. And actually, I guess the whole of Sumeru offered their knowledge. Finally, he entered the Irminsul and learned the truth behind the betrayal. Knowing now that his entire life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable in an attempt to reverse his tragic fate.
That's quite a story.
It's not a story, it happened.
So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
Yeah, he kind of did a oop with that one.
But how was he even able to do that? As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality. So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world?
Well, that's kind of crazy. Like, all that build-up, everything that Paimon held against them, not us, I guess, because the Traveler remembers, and Nahida, like, all that he included, it's just kind of, not worthless, but doesn't really matter as it doesn't affect the presence.
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it.
I guess you would understand if you had the whole story, because you did before, but now you don't remember anything, so...
The Traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsul. And it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect her. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
You can say that again.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it? I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
I'm not really sure. We were enemies after all. I don't know his perspective on all this, so I can't say why he did something so extreme. Did he want to reset everything? Or save someone? Or did he want to completely undo his existence? Everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all. Maybe that's all there is to it. I still remember the question he asked. He asked me specifically, and my hesitation gave him his answer. I hesitated because I witnessed Greater Lord Rukkhadevata erase her own existence, but I can't tell Nahida that. To put it another way, I know why the Balladeer was so sure it could work, but I can't tell them that.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
I just feel empty. He chose such a radical option, and yet...
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yes.
Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again.
I wonder how this will affect the Electro Archon, like A. Like, would A remember him? Or she just won't remember creating another puppet? Wow, all that guilt charged free. Like, she doesn't think about all the biggest mistakes she's done anymore.
He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try.
Yeah, that's true. Man, so she won't remember creating him, and she won't remember the mistake of just letting him fend for himself in the world. Oh, that's also sad, because it's kind of like a mother-son thing, even though it's kind of messed up.
The story makes sense. Every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retain the power to connect with Irminsul.
Oh, I wonder how this will affect the Doctor.
That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Well, yeah, that's what happens when you try to change someone's fate, when it's like when they die. In every movie it happens. You can never change the past when they died. Yeah, he changed the world in many ways, and yet the dead still didn't get a second chance. Those fated to a tragic end could not be saved. Yep, basically. That's so sad. What exactly did he want to fight back against? The betrayals in his life? Or did he wish he'd never existed at all?
Please wait a moment. I want to check something.
Alright? I just gotta think it, that's all.
Found it. This should be the one.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that looks kind of cool.
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us.
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner.
Oh, did Nahida, like, old Nahida, when she remembered Scaramouche to do this in advance, knowing that he might be successful?
You should take a look.
It resembles a fairy tale.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
This matches everything I said.
I authored this record myself.
Ah, she did.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the Balladeer?
Oh, that's smart, because, I mean, there's no need to change a fairy tale, because it's not true, and it's... Sure, it was influenced by the Balladeer to write it, but if she took influence elsewhere and just used the same words, that kept it in the records. Is that what she did?
When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory.
Ah.
Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Oh, so it relied on us filling in the gaps and putting the narrative that only we could give. So wow, she has to really rely on us giving the information to her.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes.
Wow, she's smart.
Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabuki Mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the Balladeer entered Irminsul.
Dang.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul.
Wow, that's smart.
But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us. The now erased life of the Balladeer.
Yeah, so it's not gonna really help us with stuff still, it just helps
There
confirm.
was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends.
Ah, the puppet,
The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own.
Okay, so it's like the puppet going into human society.
Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them.
Oh, the artwork is pretty cute.
But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans.
Huh, is that meant to represent Nahida?
The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us.
Huh.
Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice.
Wait, now who is this meant to represent? Is the... Huh.
A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this."
Oh, is this meant to represent Niwa?
The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it.
Huh?
The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure.
Oh, was it meant to represent the dog to the monster? Especially when it was like, I pity them. And then the cat was Scaramouche. And then Niwa was that whole confrontation between the doctor and him.
The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten.
Yep.
The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin.
Oh my word. Yeah, I can see the design in them now. Oh, she's so smart.
The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing.
Oh, is this the kid?
The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good.
Yeah, that's meant to represent the kid in Scaramouche's backstory.
Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content.
Ho ho. Ho ho.
I will become the new moon, the answer to everything.
The new god.
Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
Oh my word, dang. She did a good, I guess you could say analogy.
We solved it!
Hey!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened.
Wait, so she remembered a bit?
To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet.
Wait, did the story trigger her memories? Did she break through the matrix? Okay, but like... Or is she just kind of concluding, coming to a conclusion from the story information?
This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use.
Oh.
I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
Okay, so Traveler remembers and Nahida remembers, but not Paimon.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, But in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own harbinger.
Yo, that's crazy. I've never had this feeling before. It feels like life is as insignificant as a feather.
It sounds like
Interesting.
Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us.
True.
So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny.
That is a very good way to put it. Also, Scaramouche isn't dead because, I mean, his banner came out. I don't think they would give a banner for a dead character like Senora. But yeah.
To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahida's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat?
Good idea.
Oh, oops. I
Paimon,
skipped accidentally
why don't
again.
you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
I'm gonna just not keep my hand on the button anymore.
You got it. Come on, traveler.
At least it's
You need
Paimon.
to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk.
But I feel like we're gonna run into someone after that. During our walk, I mean.
Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits.
Hello.
There's a few things I'd like to look into. You should go take a walk and try to unwind.
It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Yeah, that must be tough for the traveler. Like, imagine being the only one in the world to remember something. Oh, textures, could you load, please?
We're here! What should we eat first?
I have a nagging feeling like there's something I'm missing. Something important that I'm forgetting.
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
Sorry. It's just... Give me a minute. I'm still processing. Oh, look at the dancing girl in the background.
Whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Come on, brain. Let's dig this out. It's gotta be in there somewhere. It was something about Irminsul and deleting oneself. Great Lord Rukkhadevata, forbidden knowledge, Nahida.
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
Paimon, give me a moment, jeez. Yes, that was it. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata said that no one can erase themselves from existence, not even her. Well, yeah, did she say that? Yeah, she just said that you just erase people's memories. That's what I've been going off the whole time. Otherwise, why would she need to create her own reincarnation in Lesser Lord Kusanali to do the deletion for her? There would be no point. True.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
Well, I guess because I thought also you don't want to leave the Archon on its own. Like, I mean, a place without an Archon on its own. No, I can't tell Paimon. She doesn't know about Great Lord Rukkhadevata. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. How come I can say Rukkhadevata if I'm saying that right even, but not greater? Like, jeez, I just want to say Great Lord, so Greater Lord. But this is crucially important detail. It's simply not possible for the Balladeer to completely erase his own existence. In which case, the question is, what happened to him?
Excuse me, boss.
What?
There seems to be a small problem with the last bill.
It's him!
Look, here.
Why does he sound so much nicer? Oh no. You came here knowing we would remember. You little weasel.
Hey! Hey, wait!
You mean me?
No, not you. That kid! Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off.
I got so many. Do you want them?
Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay?
What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
Oh, okay, so that is a new personality. Maybe that's because he can't remember things himself. So is he just a completely different person?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Oh, I'm just there in the background. For once, I'm the background character.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
That guy is the balladeer.
He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsetias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Is that me?
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am.
No, he's a wanderer.
We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsetias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
Let's follow him.
Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Okay, I thought it was gonna be a don't let him see you mechanic. But I guess it's just already TP'd to his spot. Oh my word, does he also have the traveler's ability to transport through teleportation? Through the waypoints? Oh, he's right there. Yeah, don't worry, we're not, we're not trailing you, we're just taking in the sights. Just a wanderer as well.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetias? Isn't that a bit too cruel?
Shush!
Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
Okay, so he knows how to actually work as a human being, but his mind seems very drifty. I don't know, he seems a bit aimless. If I wasn't seeing this with my own eyes, I would never believe it.
Huh?
Oh, hey, Paimon, we just happened to
You
walk
two
here.
over there.
Oh.
Is there something I can help you with?
Oh, yeah, Paimon, we're caught.
He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
You're right, we were following you.
Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But you know me?
Yeah, okay, so he doesn't seem to remember things. Yes.
I have no recollection.
It's complicated, but I do know you.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, Paimon, okay? Geez, stop questioning me.
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
I can't prove it. You're a puppet. Smooth, Lamine, smooth.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
Well, we didn't track you down, we just happened to run into you. But yeah, there's somewhere I want to take you.
Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
He's just gonna agree like that, okay? Man, this guy doesn't have trust issues, of course. And yeah, you should probably do that.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's pretty nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Alright.
Then let's return to the city.
I mean, last time you said you could do something else. You did it, but then you kind of also betrayed us at the same time. How do you fool your word and betray us at the same time?
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
Well, I mean, it's not like he has any obligation here since he doesn't get paid.
I was just about to pay you anyway.
Oh.
Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
Oh, how nice of him.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry?
It's like he has instincts to be here, but doesn't remember.
But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't...
This is the advice that Scaramouche needed from the start.
No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
I hope so soon as well.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Alright, time to bring back your trauma. You don't mind if I take that, would you? Well, those two senioritas are taking the two cabbages. Run! Alright, Kusanali, we brought the edgy boy that's not so edgy anymore back. Oh, what is that she's looking at?
Nahida! Nahida! What's wrong?
Oh! You found him so quickly. I just told you to go take a walk, not hunt him down.
Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You tell us a little Kusanali what happened at the Grand Bazaar.
You say that you're trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain.
Yeah, sorry Nahida, this one's up to you.
I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
As in who he was before, if reincarnated now?
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
I don't think we would know, but I'm guessing this is like, he's like the state of what he was when he was just literally born into this world. Like, not knowing anything, not having a past exactly, just literally brought into the world as a new baby who's already kind of grown, but has not developed. We don't know.
Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
We're just trying to think where to start.
If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear. But I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Will you be able to handle it? I mean, last time you kind of tried to change the past, so I don't know.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Yeah, that explains it.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart.
That's a lot to just topple down on him, jeez.
Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
Nihida tells the Wanderer about his past. Whoa, just like
I gave
dropping the
everything I
bomb.
had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
Yeah, not really. But don't worry, you have a whole fan base behind you.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
Yeah. We were each other's enemies, in fact.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
Well, it's like Nihida said, this world's too complex to explain that.
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
I really hope he does remember, because that's cutting off, what's it? It's like cutting loose from all your problems way too easily. Like, he's got a bit to atone for, but I have a feeling he will remember somehow. I guess because, like, in his character in general, when you can play him, he still kind of seems like his old self.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Okay, now that sounds more like the old skirmish. You won't be able to move on from this if you keep seeing things that way.
Very well. As you wish.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Okay.
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Yeah.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
Alrighty. Special effects. I thought we were gonna go in.
That celebrate the Windbloom Festival around this time of year? Paimon has lots of good memories from the last one. The sweet scent of flowers on the breeze, the sweet smell of tasty snacks on the breeze, the feeling of the breeze on your face? The only downside was the lack of commissions. But Paimon's sure that was just a one-time thing. There's gotta be someone who needs our help, right? Let's go see how things are this year.
Well, thanks, Paimon. We're kind of busy in middle of the quest, okay? I don't need you interrupting it with the present that shouldn't be present yet. Well, that's kind of funny that this quest is started as I am doing this. Because this just shows how behind I am. Also, why is there no Lumine?
It's time to get ready.
No matter what lies ahead, I'll face it. Whatever it takes. I'm just sorry that you have to join me for the whole thing.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
I feel like Scaramouche can fight, but yes.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
And now we're just finishing the job.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Sake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
Huh.
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the
Oh.
landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners?
Katsuragi?
No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
Well, this is how he met Scaramouche.
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
You just got birthed here, man.
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichio's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Sake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
Wait, Nagamasa? Really? I feel like I should know that already.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Oh.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
That's sadly the world. The good ones always go. Oh, chest. Ooh, piece of candy.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
It's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
I hear voices.
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
Oh, it's the guy. I mean, the kid.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick.
Oh no!
He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
Oh no. He doesn't know, he's just a kid.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
Bro, this quest is gonna make me sad.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Oh my word, they're showing it in some sense?
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too.
Oh wow. That is so deep. Man, the voice acting laugh cry there is so good. Is he remembering?
The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you.
The jester?
I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
The long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Oh jeez. I'd like to hear this cutscene and dialogue without having to fight enemies. Maybe I should have waited longer.
Looks like I went too far.
Went too far. Sucks to suck. Oh, this place is where we met, right? The
this place is
skirmishing us.
dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
I remember this. It was an unsettling place.
Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Oh my gosh, are we actually gonna see what happened and get the scenes we were robbed in the Inazuma quest? And also Senora! They brought her back!
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the Abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the Doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I can't believe we were robbed of Senora. I'd love to see her further in the quest. Like, not even as a playable character, she's just such a fun antagonist.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible. and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Well, that's what killed in the end, didn't it?
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never failed to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else.
Dang, I cannot tell how they feel about each other.
By then, see you at the victory feast.
Well, I mean, at least I can't tell what Scara I feels about her. I mean, I think how she feels is very clear.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
Oh, that's us.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
I didn't think this quest would be about a trip down memory lane.
Why are you staring at me in silence?
To go against these people again?
Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Man, I would love to hear, you know, all of this without having to fight people. Where is she? What are you doing up there for, huh? Whew. I remember having to go against those type of enemies when I did this quest that was, you know, where this originally took place in Inazuma Archon Quest, and I had not built my characters at all. They're still not that built, but much better than they were back then. It was such a pain. I was forced to build them a little bit more. Do we get to actually see the conversation between Yaemiko and Scaramouche? Please, please. We were robbed of that conversation. No!
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru.
Damn it, we were robbed. Again.
Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information.
I mean, he's moving without the mechanic now. I guess he means as in one cannot really exist without the other.
Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the Abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
Wait, Abyss? We were under orders to remain in the Abyss, we barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained. Oh, so like when he was told to stay in the Abyss, he didn't get to utilize Scaramouche more than he wanted to, I guess. But when was he in the Abyss? How did he even get in the Abyss? How did Chad fall in the Abyss in his backstory? I want to know more about that. Can we have this how the Scaramouche quest is going, but for child. I'd love to learn more about all the Fatui Harbingers.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
Hey, I forgot he doesn't remember. He's the doctor. He's behind all of this.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
He is pretty creepy.
Let's
and despicable. We're gonna see us kicking Scaramouche's Scaramouche's ass again.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
That's deep, Nahida. Very deep. And very wise.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
Are you saying...
Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
Well, is this really is this really your identity? I mean, your identity is made up from your past as well.
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
I guess that's true. If you want to be treated like a human, you gotta deal with the human consequences and face your past.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Is this the true meaning of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's words? A person can't erase themselves, and even though the original battledore has gone, this person will live on in his place. Are a person's sins an inescapable part of their destiny too?
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision.
Oh, cutscene.
Now, take this.
Oh gosh, he's gonna remember everything. Hope he can handle it.
Set him free?
A puppet? What's he doing here?
Oh.
You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
No.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
Ah, douche.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Uh-oh.
Is he alright?
Wait, what? Is it connected to him still? Or is it someone else is doing? Yeah, we got distracted so it doesn't attack him. Come on, we've done it before. Seems to be the Traveler's signature move. Whoa, the Traveler is insane.
Hey, are you done yet?
Paimon. Uh-oh.
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
Come on, you can do it. Oh. Wait, who's holding him above though? Oh, give us the drip. Oh, he's crying. Or it was. He's got a vision.
Die.
And that's the first words he uses. Die. As he gets his first vision.
Trying my patience. Got any more stupid questions?
Oh, jeez. I don't know how this works. I don't play him often. Okay, good thing I have my food thingies. Okay. Okay, and boom. Oh wait, I can mix it with this, can't I? Yeah, with water, right?
At my command, you shall fall.
Oh my god. Why do I... wait. I don't...
That's far enough.
I'm so good at this game, aren't I? I didn't have his thing in order up to fly. I feel like I need to use these elements to mix with his wind, his anima. Oh. Okay, so how do I go higher? Oh, I exited. Oops. Professional skirmish play here. You can totally have him. I totally have him as a playable character. I wish they would give us some elements to mix with. What? All we need is animo. Animo is the next thing, the best element. Let's go.
Insignificant past.
Yeah, let's go. Hey. Oh, they didn't turn to me last second. It was just me in disguise.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
He said the word imbecile. It's like Zhao's lament.
It disappeared. Did we win?
Oh yeah, we're in a memory. I forgot. I was kind of wondering why it was being controlled. I'm so dumb.
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
Yeah, sure.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Oh jeez, it's kind of deep, bro. You want to talk about it? Now you've recovered your memories, the past will catch up with you.
You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
I guess now he can be a more healthier, edgy version of himself.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Outside your memories? Because yes, please, I would love to get out of it.
Welcome back, Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer. It feels like we just
just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
Oh?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
You won't go by the Balladeer anymore? How about Scaramouche?
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him.
That's fair.
I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the 6th is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
I really wonder how that's gonna play out. Like, I'm so curious. For example, would someone like Dainsleif remember anything? And if the Harbingers just forgot about Scaramouche, would they just be like, yo, he was number 6, bro? That's kind of a big error on our part. I guess we never had a number 6. Or they'd be like, okay, something's going on here that might have something to do with Irminsul, since we kind of know things that others don't. Let's call it a tactical retreat.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish.
Nope.
What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
The game's getting better at smoother transitions.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Oh, you mean the memory of Niwa dying?
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan.
Oh, she admits it.
But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Yep, true.
Utility
God
to
of
others is
wisdom.
what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
Nahida doesn't see you in that way.
Oh right, I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that.
Well, I mean, we just said it's not black and white, so it's not that simple.
Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
So wait, the plan from the start wasn't to help us, but to help Scaramouche? I feel favoritism. Thank you. Let's hope you can find some answers. Yes, please, the traveler deserves it.
I will try.
Traveler.
Yes?
After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Because I wanted to know what you'd change.
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
Oh? I didn't do it all for this. Wait, I didn't do all this for reward. Please don't make it sound like I'm extorting you.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
Well, if that's your moral compass, I'm not gonna tell you otherwise.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero.
I mean, that's true. I mean, it's like you can see as you can be a person if someone does something for you, you want to give something in return. Like, but overdoing that can always become unhealthy. But it's not wrong to see it that way as long as you don't see human relationships only as that. I think that's just the important part, is seeing things not one way or the other.
I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
Great way of putting it, Kusanali. Well, why did I call it Kusanali? I mean Nahida. Again, very wise words.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings.
Oh, she called you out.
The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
I hope you can give Nahida a chance.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Oh. Did he say something and it skipped? Or did he just not say anything? I'm guessing he just didn't say anything.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
Hey.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Oh, okay. Let's hear it. Wait, I heard that you could, I think, choose his name, but only if you have Scaramouche, right, as a playable character. Because I don't know what to call him. I don't have him as a playable character.
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too!
Haha.
Why?
That's Paimon's thing.
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking.
Ooh.
The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
Oh no. You want us to decide?
No! Paimon only does nicknames! If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Ah, lol. Yep, you nicknames, me real names. Okay, got it. Now I know that for the future.
Have you got anything?
No. Okay, so this is kind of like the whole travel situation, except we can continue to change it, I think. But in a way, it's like we give a name to the traveler and that's the one used in the dialogue. But you won't ever hear them saying it because how will the game know what name you picked? Well, again, I don't see any need to like name characters if they're not gonna be voiced. I'd rather them just have a name and hear them be voiced instead of just in the dialogue. Anyway, well, I'm curious how they'll play out in the future. Oh, I wonder if joining someone's world with the Wanderer, they have that name that you chose. That would be cool. Wanderer. I could just keep it like that. I'm guessing he will not accept this. Wait, does Scaramouche have a E at the end? I can't remember. I think so. I want to see what he says if I click it. Because that's the only name I can think of. Oh, did he take it?
Have no need for these names anymore.
Oh, okay. Let me give it some more thoughts.
Okay.
Edgelord. I don't know. Bow boy. He's got like bows and stuff like that. Ooh, I got an idea. Hold on. Okay. Let me search something. Okay, I was thinking Hinako. I don't know. I think that's how you say it. Like this. No, sorry. Hinako. Because supposedly it means dull child, or dull happiness, or dull rainbows. In Japanese. So, you know, him being a puppet and all. But then I was thinking maybe, Hina. Which means real, genuine doll. So, like, basically, even though he's that also means, yeah, that's what it means in Japanese. So, even though he's a puppet, he's still genuine and a real person. So that's what I'm thinking of Mahina. But I like the sound of Hinako better. Hinako, because it's a clear and meaningful puppet or doll, as well as I think it sounds like, I think it matches with that name. I don't know, I like, I might not even be saying it properly, so I shouldn't say I like how it sounds, but what I think it sounds like, I like Hinako better. There we go. Hinako. Or
Are you
Hinako.
sure?
Yep. Yes, I think this will do. Let me give it some more thought. Nah, we're keeping it. Though I love how the Traveler is the one naming him. Of all people.
Oh, alright. If you say so.
Let's see it.
There. Now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Oh, he even accepting Paimon's nickname suggestion? Okay. Hinako. Oh, it's so weird to see that now, except Scaramouche and stuff.
Still thinking. Stop rushing me!
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one.
What do you plan to do next?
Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
Oh, so you're still down for vengeance?
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Yeah, I feel like the doctor's the one to pay out of everyone. He's got a lot of paying to do. With a lot of people.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
Okay, so this whole truth thing he's taking seriously, which is good.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been.
Fine.
No nonsense. I like it. Alright, let's call it a day.
Whew, it's definitely been a day.
Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
And you too. Okay. I guess he likes Nihida more. But that's fine, because Nihida deserves it.
He's gone.
Goodbye, Hinako or Hinako.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
You know, I actually want to learn how to say it since I named him that. I should probably be respectful and know how to learn it. I mean, say the name.
Hinako Shibuno.
Hinako. There were some bumps along the way, but it's all over now.
So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving.
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
Wait, so did we not eat that entire time, like going to Inazuma and back? I don't think that's a quick trip. Unless we do actually take waypoints and that's canon. Goodbye, Kusanali. Oh, it's them.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime.
Is that some of the withering I haven't cleared out yet?
Life is a story too long to be told, a journey that you must walk to behold.
Good time for Hinako to hear.
Akaba, thanks for inviting me to research together.
Of course, Sawada. Your creativity has been indispensable to me. Without you, I'd have scratched my head bald by now.
Well, it's nice that they finally got along and can decide on a story.
Whew, it's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
Yeah, that happens. Rest up, Paimon. I'll buy some delicious treats as a reward.
Wow, great! Huh? Look at the vase.
Oh yeah, the one you broke. What about it?
Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
Oh yeah, she doesn't remember her freaking out about Hinako. I mean, Scaramouche. I know what you guys called him personally, so I guess we'll just call him Wanderer when we're talking about him globally. That night we stayed here, Paimon bumped into the table after being startled by something to do with the balladeer and broke the vase. But the balladeer erased his existence. He changed the world, so why is this vase still broken? As I said in my theory, you can't change what happened, only the memories. And the things that were recorded in this world.
You sound lost and confused.
Wait, what? I did not expect this. What? Who's that?
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else, who can say?
Is this the unknown god? Is this the Teresa? Who's talking?
When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate.
Wait, when a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. Okay.
Like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
True, that's what I was kind of thinking it was. The situation. It kind of sounds like Gay Miko or Raiden Shogun.
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
We're having the Hida situation with the Golden Archipelago all over again.
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
Huh? And Paimon heard this too, so there's not just for the traveler to hear.
The voice has disappeared.
I don't know why I think it's the unknown god. Teresa, it's such a random thing. I don't know. It's the only one I could think of. And I was thinking Alice. Was it Alice? But, you know, she doesn't sound like that. We know how she sounds like.
And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
Who else has a connection to mines? I don't know if they're going to tell us this quest. If so, I want to try to think who it could be. Maybe Nahida's past self? Or, don't you want to think the ability to do that is like the actual gods in Celestia? So like the unknown god, or the Teresa, because I feel like that's the type of way she would see the world as well. Believe my eyes. Does she mean I should trust my memories?
Anyway, that face is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up?
Oh, what's her name? Could it be the girl who created Albedo? That's also just a random guess.
It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
I really want to know who it is now. Oh my god, who was that? I liked her voice. But like, who could it be? I wonder what else awaits me in the future. I did not expect that. I'm surprised I did not get spoiled by the internet of this ending. Oh, just like that? No, I want to know. I want to know. Oh my word, who is it? And there's the broken vase. Is it not going to be there anymore when we come back? Oh my word. Who was that? Oh, that was much better. I was like going to give my summary. And like just now, before I knew there was more to it, and that's even a better ending. The mystery. But now I want to know. I want to know. Anyways, I guess now this is finally it, the actual ending. And I even enjoyed that even more. Wow, that was great. I mean, those times where I was like, okay, why are we listening to this? Which was that whole conversation with the person at the Kamisato, the old lady, which is like not really anything bad. It's just like was so lengthy for no reason in a quest that didn't really have anything to do with it. But I guess it's nice to know that the Kamisato clan appreciates us. Anyway, now we finally know what's up with Scaramouche / Wanderer / Hinako. Which I think I called him now, and I still... Stop, don't yawn. Which I'm wondering if I'm even pronouncing correctly. I hope I am, because I keep searching it, but I keep forgetting, because I got terrible memory. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and if you're here until the end of the video, I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day or night. See you in the next one. Goodbye!
Hinako Shibuno. Hinako Shibuno.